Hey again, traders. Good to see you. I'm sure everyone's a little bit happy, I guess, if you're long, right? The fact that Bitcoin has now broken out of its downslipping resistance. There was a greater probability of that occurring based on all the variables we looked at with the daily time scale. The daily showing us that tweezer bottom with a bullish engulfing candle bouncing off of a $7,700 area, remember? And then there was the reason why it may have not done that. This was like before we had sold off, but we talked about the bearish divergence that occurred, and I know we've talked about it every time I stream, but like if you don't know, like YouTube has been really like broken. Like I wasn't able to stream on YouTube yesterday. It's an entire YouTube issue. They got some serious stuff going on, but hopefully I can stream today. If not, I'll just go on Twitch anyway, like I did. So anyway, so X, A, B, C, D, way up at 86.57. We're well on our way. First target, I mean, the first area where you should expect some potential selling pressure might be up at 84.40. That's the square up, right? That's what Larley's been talking about, where we could rally to, and then just the target for me might be a little bit higher. But I mean, I know that these patterns aren't foolproof, right? They don't always work out. So I mean, 78.6% retrace, always possibility, but we know this pattern is an 88% PCZ, not 78. That's like normally like ciphers and Gartleys and all that. So this is a bat, all right. And here's the thing, and look, we need to start looking at this like the bull trend may not be over, right? I mean, what I'm talking about real quick is just looking at something like this, okay, where I chose 4 anchor points on the top and really just 1 on the bottom at this point, and got some decent touch points, with heart line 25, heart line 75, okay, then 25, all right, and then heart line resistance, right? So we need to look at this like, someone was saying in one of my videos that classic bear flag, like bear flags don't extend on this long, I don't think, really, and the impulse wasn't large enough. I mean, look at the size of the upsloping consolidation. It's getting to about the same, length as the move down, which the further you upslope like that after an impulse in an uptrend, the higher the likelihood you're not going to break down. You'll probably break up, okay, to the upside. So there you have it. I mean, this is just another view of Bitcoin, all right, without the rising wedge breakout. Okay, so the rising wedge, I think, was very real. We broke out. We hit 60% of the measured move, which we're in an uptrend, and that was a bearish pattern. So, like, that's really good. Like, a performance of a huge pattern like that, 60% of the measured move is pretty good if you ask me. Okay, so because remember, man, like if you're in an uptrend and a rising wedge forms and you're truly bullish, man, you're just not going to get very good performance from bearish patterns, bearish indicators. Their measured moves a lot of times don't hit. You only get percentages of those measured moves. All right, even in uptrends, a lot of times you only get percentages of measured moves. So I mean, like just like reading Bulkowski and stuff, like an ascending triangle, most of the time only hits 70% of its measured move, even in an uptrend. All right, so it's percentages and chances of happening. It's not like it's going there 100%. Okay, so anyway, you can clearly see here, man, a bear flag, I mean, it looks more like harmonic stuff. It looks more like we had some sort of upsloping support and then a sell wall here, kind of ascending triangle-esque in a way. I know Phil Sincere was talking about that at one point, so patron. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that, like, the rising wedge is still painted on my other screen, but it doesn't mean like we're still going down. Now, in time we can, and we may never make higher highs than 9,000, 9,100, right? Okay, so just wanted to show that, that we're still uptrending, and we could go higher, but your first real test, I think, is going to be that 8,400 area square up. Clearly, you're rejecting higher prices right now just because, look, we had just had the move up, and then, look, you've got horizontal line resistance like from May 16th. You got some from May 20th. You got some from May 24th, right? So, and then, like, on the top side, or on the bottom side, too, like, May 31st. So, clearly, it makes sense why we're stalling here, but just give it time, man, right? The positive momentum's building still. We're not overbought, so there's still room to run if Bitcoin wants to. All right, so let's look at XRP real quick. Just wanted to. I know some people like ask me to analyze it or whatever, so it's like, okay, sure. All right. So with XRP, it's uptrending, right? In the uptrend, 1 and 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom. But in the short term, we were in the downtrend, right? Like Bitcoin, right? Makes sense. It kind of follows Bitcoin, but see, Bitcoin's actually doing better than XRP right now. I mean, XRP just can't get anything going, man. It's like lower highs, lower lows every time. All right, and there is something else we can look at on XRP that Gordeski brought up that I live streamed, but it was broken, so I didn't even know. Hold on, let's see. Get rid of all that, clean it up, and then we'll get to that in a second. Talk about his idea. All right, but anyway, if we could get to the PCZ here, which I have no idea. All right, that's pretty much 45 cents. Okay, getting to, well, it's really a 1272 from B to C fib extension, but 786. So this is really the PCZ area. It's not going to be perfect, but between 44.83 cents and 45 cents. All right, but this thing could go higher, right? In harmonic, man, like a bearish garlic like this. Fib extensions is between a 1272 and a 1618. So this could go, if it wanted to, it could go as high as, up here. Oh, that would make plenty of sense, right? Plenty of sense. Tons of resistance up here. So if we did begin to rally, that's we could. Look, these patterns. This is a bearish pattern, right? A bearish garlic. So you don't go long at the bottom from C to D. You take short positions at the top, right, at the PCZ, and then you take profit at a 30% retrace, 60% retrace, and so on. But the problem is, the thing is about this, like, this is a bearish pattern and a bullish trend. So not going to be as reliable. If you get up here, you could just keep going, right? Whatever, sell off a little bit and then run again. So remember, when you're trying to trade harmonics or any kind of pattern for that matter, reliability, think about it. If it's a bullish harmonic, those are way more reliable in bullish trends, right? You got bearish patterns that are way more reliable in bearish trends, okay? So real quick, let me just get to this other idea. All right, Gordeski was like, hey man, is that a falling wedge? It's like we just broke out, it looks like, finally. I said, you know what, man, that's a decent idea, all right? Like, there's validity to that idea. But what about this peak up here? What about that? This is the way I have it, right? My channel, 1 and 2. Interesting. Is that off a little bit? This looks different. Oh, okay, let me see. I'm trying to make this perfect. Okay, so for me, I'm getting, right, 5 touches on my channel, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if we do break out, you got to understand that you're going to have downswing resistance, okay, from these 2 peaks, right, up at like 43 cents. So there you have it, man. It's not going to be easy to break that. But that's, and then, again, just talking about A, B, C, and then, how are you even going to get to the 786, right? That's for the PCZ. So we might stall before getting there and break down again. But, I would say, hey, you need Bitcoin to perform well for XRP to perform well. But sorry, man, like, Bitcoin has been outperforming the crap out of XRP, okay? And so when Bitcoin pumps, it does not necessarily mean that XRP is going to do that much, right? That's like based on the year of 2019, man. Okay, Bitcoin has pretty much tripled up, since that bottom in December, and XRP hasn't at all. So, hey, man, good luck. Maybe some news will help you out, but as it stands, XRP just isn't a big mover in this crypto market. This is pretty insane, right? With all kinds of S coins, altcoins doing stuff, XRP just really isn't. So. Just showed those ideas for you. Wanted to look at XRP for a second. Wanted to look at Bitcoin for a second. So just going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed the static video, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. I'll be live hopefully on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern today, 11 p.m. Eastern tonight. If not, I'll be on Twitch. So you want to be in our Discord for that announcement in a little while. So until next time, respect to the TA.